Hello, today for review I've got almost unreleased new player by Fiio. It is third generation of Fiio X5. They announced this player at the end of last year and it started hitting shelves of shops really soon. They've released the final version of firmware recently, so it's ready to be shipped. They've drastically changed everything from the previous generation. Previous X5 second generation was their typical player with scroll view and so on. So this new one is based on Android OS. It uses dual AK4490 digital to analog converters and features a lot of interesting and unusual things. This year it released IF Design Award, so IF committee appreciate Fio's design, and I think this player is really worth this award. Its price will be about $400, but it can be changed in different countries because of taxes and other expenses. So let's look at this player in more details. So box is typical Fiio box that they've used for their new line of products. It's black, almost black and white with nice polygraphy cardboard box. Inside of this box there were another one made of thick black cardboard, but I've already pulled it out. So it has Bluetooth with aptX codec, it's stated here, and here described basic features. So dual digital to analog converters, Bluetooth 4.0, dual headphone output, single end and balance, dual micro SD, and so on and so forth. Actually nice screen, 480 by 800 pixels, 4 inches IPS screen. So actually everything that you will expect from Fiio player is here. So inside of this box we will have player, USB cable, adapter for coaxial out, and nice touch, you will have two cases. One is silicone, transparent silicone, it's pretty nice, and second one is of Fox leather, it's black with red stitches, also looking great, so you can choose whatever you like. So also there are warranty card, big manual on different languages, and this clip like in the iPhone, because it uses trace for micro SD cards, so you will need this clip to access the micro SD holder. So everything that is necessary for player is present here. So as you can see, player is made mostly of aluminum. It is black one, also there will be gray that Fiio calls titanium, and also they promise at least red version to be released soon, but it's not available yet. But I think I like black one the most. So as you can see, there is unusual bevel on the left side. Here located main control buttons. It's play pause button, it is next and previous track button, and nice wheel with click to change the volume. It's pretty good. It has 45 angle etching on it, so it's really nice. It allows you to control volume precisely. Back and front panel are covered with glass, and it gathers fingerprints actively, as you can see probably, but it's easy to remove. Here is on-off button with indicator inside. Here is a red ring around it. It's Fio's significant design idea. They will use this red ring in most of their devices. Here is two trays for two micro SD cards. You can easily use two 256 GB SD cards, and on the bottom there is a micro USB slot, coaxial and line out. You can change in the menu its functionality, balanced output and headphone output. Interesting feature that this player supports quick charging, so if you will use a standard quick charge power supply unit, it will allow you to charge it in less than 2 hours, which is pretty nice. By the way, if I start speaking about it, battery life promised to be more than 10 hours, but in my first test I've got about 9 hours and 10 minutes, but I'm using Mi Audio P1 as a load, not sensitive headphones as Fiio does in their test. So my load is tougher, and I was listening on the high gain and probably on bigger volume. So I think on other headphones more sensitive you will have this 10 hours, and probably this will be improved with more recent firmware. So a brief comparison with the previous version of X5. So new one is a bit bigger, but really not that much actually in length, and a bit bigger in width, and it's a bit thinner actually. So as you can see, new one and old one side by side, so they almost don't have anything in common. So it's probably a player designed from scratch and having no connection to the previous version at all. So firmware wise, it uses similar approach to the flagship X7. It is Android, now it's version 5, and it's sharing same code base with the firmware 3.0 version for X7, which is in beta version now, but for now stable version here already based on Android 5. It's really good because it allows third-party applications to access to bypass Android resampling and access the digital to analog converter directly. So third-party applications will have a better sound quality. There is special application called Fiio Music. It is a dedicated music player. It can be used instead of launcher. It's called Pure Music mode. So it's a nice and convenient feature to have. You won't see anything from Android, just player itself and music. So interface is pretty familiar with previous versions. So it's familiar for those who saw Fiio X7. So there is side menu with different settings. So off timer, scan for songs, media library update if necessary. Actually scan is pretty fast. 64 gigabytes and 1700 songs were scanned in less than 1 minute. Personalized display allows you to select what you will see on the main display. This option is should inline remote work, gapless playback, select gain, channel balance, set custom volume, resume mode. You should resume when powered on previous song. If you select theme, it's max volume. If you select theme, player will be restarted and we will see the theme from the previous version of this firmware that is used on a stable version of X7. So let me switch back to the black theme, I like it more. Actually firmware is pretty mature, it has a lot of good features. So reset database and Viper effect, Fiio licensed. Well-known Viper effects for Android, and you can use them, but you will need to turn on Wi-Fi first when you will use it, because some of these effects are paid one. You have to pay about 50 cents for some of them. Some of them available for free, some of them don't, but Viper require internet connection to check have you pay for them or not. It's a bit not convenient because you should pay for these effects separately. There is no option to buy them all in one bundle. But actually these effects are really nice. They really allows you to experiment with sound, and they really good implemented. So it's nice feature to have. So help and about app. Here is recently played, most played and recently added music. Good media library with all the necessary features. So if you swipe one side, you can here is all tracks, for example. Swipe here, add to favorite, add to playlist, play it via Bluetooth, and information, a lot of information about track. Swipe right, you can delete this track. So all tracks, artists, albums, genres, and browse by folders. So here you can return to the playing screen. It also allows you a lot of different things to do. So Equalizer, 10 band equalizer. Actually you can turn it on and off here. There are presets here, so you can tune sound as you like, but usually I prefer keep equalizer off. Bluetooth on off, favorites, menu with add deleted information, add to playlist, navigation, so it's pretty familiar. Also there is this swipe down options, so screen brightness adjustment. Actually screen remains pretty readable in the bright sun. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, pure music mode, line out. You can change line down and coaxial out. You can change gain, filter settings, they will bring you to audio settings. So there are 5 different filters built in. Gain, balance here you can change also, so sound tuning, storage and digital to analog converter mode, and power off timers if necessary. So, and here you can get access to the full Android settings for more customization and tuning. So, or you can switch to the Android, where Fiio Music is just one application separate. So here is common Android with access to Play Store, with separate Fiio Market, everything that is familiar. So you can install some third-party players, some streaming applications, and so on and so forth. Actually it works pretty reliably. There are some small minor glitches, but actually there are not much of them. So for me firmware is pretty stable and it's pretty mature, and it allows a lot of nice good features. So I like the firmware of this player. It's stable and I think it deserves final release status. And of course few words about the sound. Actually this review is more of initial impressions, so I don't have final impressions on sound. I received it yesterday in the morning on the post, so I didn't have a time for critical listening, for audition with a lot of headphones and so on. Actually, my first impression is that this player sounds darker than previous generation of Fiio X5. It's less aggressive because to my ears Fiio X5 second revision was a bit aggressive player. So it's less aggressive with more reduced treble and with more accent on lower frequencies. It has this player has nice resolving mids, actually pretty tasty, a bit slower lower frequencies with accent on them, so it's player for those who like more musical representation, not analytical one, but mids are also really resolving and the imaginary stage is pretty nice. So I will probably make another video after some time with more impressions on sound and with more impressions on usability after some time of using, because it's just a first initial impressions. I need to listen it with a lot of different headphones, earphones with other models. So it's just initial impressions. So after listening and after some work, I think impressions on sound can change pretty noticeably. So here is my initial impressions on the third revision of Fiio X5. It is a really nice and interesting player with good sound, with good firmware. I think it will be really competitive player which will gain a lot of popularity. So thank you for attention.